Tennis phenom and Olympian Naomi Osaka has recently made headlines for taking a stand about caring for her own mental health. And now a piece of digital art with her seal of approval will be auctioned off to further the cause with Athletes for Hope. And here to tell us more about the effort is Athletes for Hope Director Suzanne Potts. Suzanne, good morning. Yes, we know that Naomi Osaka made lots of headlines for deciding not to speak to the media when she was worried about her mental health. Tell us more about mental health and how that's playing into athletes, and now you have this Athletes for Hope.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here. Athlete mental health is no different than our mental health. We know that 1 in 5 Americans and humans have struggled with their mental health, and in some studies, they've found that elite athletes, professional athletes, may have higher incidence of poor mental health. So it's become important for athletes to tell their stories and share their experience and be bold in their approach to advocate for themselves. So we have been so proud of Naomi Osaka and her kind of audacity in telling her own story, empowering others, and taking her own mental health under control.
Yeah, especially now she's really in the spotlight with the Olympics, lighting the torch. Now, talk about this auction that's going on, how she's involved, and how this is going to help what you guys do.
Yeah, so Naomi and her sister Mari have created a really creative digital piece of artwork. And this NFT is being auctioned off. It went live today. It's an incredible story about, she titled it, and the other auctions have already happened. This is the last remaining piece. And so it's really important, again, as an athlete telling her own story and taking charge of her own mental health, that she worked to create this really unique piece of art. We are going to get a portion of the proceeds, which we're thrilled about, and we're eager to help her share this beautiful piece of art with the world.
That's awesome, and it is definitely a beautiful piece. Now, Suzanne, before we move on, I need to ask, NFT. We've been hearing that term a lot lately in regards to art, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that is.
You and me both. That is not my area of expertise, but what I understand is this non-fungible token. It's something that's uniquely created in the online world, and so it's an opportunity for her to create something that is unique with her sister that helps her kind of represent her story that can't be shared with anyone else except in the digital space.
Oh, okay, very cool. I think you explained that pretty good because, like I said, I hear a lot about this, but I'm not sure what exactly it was, so that helps. Talk about some of the other famous athletes that have gotten involved with your organization and initiative.
Well, we were first founded 15 years ago by an incredible group of athletes: Muhammad Ali, Mia Hamm, Jackie Joyner-Kersee, Andre Agassi, Warwick Dunn, the list goes on. We are just so proud of our founders and all that they did to advocate for others. And they really built our organization on a platform for good, wanting to educate athletes about sports philanthropy and causes that they're passionate about. So helping other athletes, pro-Olympic, Paralympic, and even student athletes advocate for causes, connect to communities, and then recognize those efforts on social or traditional media. So our focus is advocacy, fitness, mental health, equality, and pretty much all that our athletes are about.
And we see obviously some of these big names and people in the spotlight talking about it, but why is it something we all really should pay attention to and be concerned about, especially when it comes to this mental health conversation?
So athletes are intense competitors, right? They're asked to push themselves mentally and physically, yet they're people. They have higher expectations of themselves. But they're just like you and I at the end of the day, right? And so this helps open up space for other athletes and for other people to talk about their mental health. It gives that avenue for voice and allows other athletes to step up and speak to this. So it's not just pro and Olympic and elite athletes that are struggling. It helps maybe a collegiate athlete or a high school athlete or a young athlete who is struggling also identify maybe some anxiety or depression or challenges and speak up and get help. So that's crucial.
And so how is some of the advocacy and the money that's going to be generated from the auction going to help your cause?
Well, we're super excited because we're stepping into the space after a couple of years of realizing that more athletes are asking for this as a connection to causes with our organization. So we are going to be doing additional education. We're going to be doing some mental health check-ins and really just helping connect to other mental health organizations that are in this space and hopefully elevating their work and providing athlete voices to this whole initiative. So that's what we're all about. We are about connecting them to causes. So if there are mental health organizations or their advocacy efforts, we want to connect more athletes in that space.
All right, Suzanne, great information. Good luck with the auction. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And if you want to learn more about that auction for that piece by Naomi Osaka and her sister, and also mental health in sports, you can visit athletesforhope.org.